On the road, so sunglasses required today if you're going to spend any time outside, particularly walking or driving. Temperatures have made it all the way up into the mid-20s right now. That is welcome news. Wind chills are still in the mid-teens, though, and there's your snowfall totals at the three major airports. Just under 18 inches at Reagan National, just under 29 inches at Dulles. That was the all-time record for Dulles. And BWI, that's the all-time record there. It broke out the blizzard of 2003. It's number 2 all-time for the city of Baltimore, which also, sort of like Washington, the airport and the city have records that date back a little bit different in time. Other snow totals: Bethesda, Maryland, 27. American University, 27.5. Chantilly, Virginia, out towards South Riding, 28 inches there. Manassas, 22. 19 in La Plata, 18 in Huntingtown, 26 in Churchton. So you get the picture. An awfully a lot of snow to melt through out there. Temperatures only in the mid-20s now. We'll get into the high 20s to near 30 degrees today, and again near 30 degrees for tomorrow. Doppler shows no snow in our forecast for today. Here's the next storm we're watching out for, though, across the northern plains. There's Minnesota and the Dakotas there. That's the next storm system that's going to be diving down through the upper Midwest and the Ohio Valley. It'll bring clouds to us during the day Tuesday and a chance of a little mixed bag of wintry weather late Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. Gradually it changes over to all snow as we get towards the daybreak hours of Wednesday morning. But nonetheless, that's the system that we're going to have to keep a close eye on here over the next 36 to 48 hours. For now, though, just chilly sunshine out there. High pressure's in charge, so all sunshine until the end of the day today. Clear skies, light winds, and Arctic dry air in place means another really cold morning tomorrow morning. Single digits in the suburbs to low teens in town and by the bay. So for today, plenty of sunshine, but cold. Highs upper 20s to near 30. The all-important 7-day forecast calls for another sunny but chilly day coming up for tomorrow. A 60% chance of a wintry bag coming in here on Tuesday late afternoon evening, changing to mostly if not all snow by Wednesday morning when it comes to an end, and then quieter weather returns as we get towards Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But still, temperatures running 10 degrees or more colder than average all the way through the next 7 days.
So the sun's out, it's melting, but there's going to be ice. We're going to get ice either way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, thanks, Chuck.
Thanks very much, Chuck. Well, Metro is open and running again today. Stop service last night at 11 instead of the usual 3 a.m. stoppage time. Trains are operating right now, but only at Underground Station. That means that the Green Line will be running between the Fort Totten and Congress Heights Station, the Orange Line between the Stadium Armory and Ballston stations. The Red Line will be running between the Medical Center and Union Station and between Glenmont and Forest Glen. All Metrobus service is still suspended until further notice. And you can likely expect a lot of school systems to be closed tomorrow. We're already learning about a few. Fairfax County schools will be closed tomorrow. Loudoun County schools have announced that they will be closed on Monday and Tuesday. The same goes for Stafford County, closed Monday and Tuesday. And Alexandria City schools will be closed on Monday. And we learned that Arlington County schools will be closed tomorrow on Monday.
And the other question, how might roads be if you're trying to get out at this very moment? Let's get a check of conditions across our area right now. Jim Russ is in the News 4 Traffic Network. Good morning again, Jim.
Good morning, Kimberly. As Jackie Benson reported earlier, the challenge for most, the thing that's going to stop most people is not being able to get out of the neighborhood. Might be able to shovel out the driveway, but the neighborhood streets are just abysmal in some spots. Here we are out on 270. On the main road, you can move about. In fact, we're down to bare pavement in 1 or 2 lanes in some spots, and actually we have some pavement peeking out on some of the interstate ramps as well. Moving on down toward 270 Middlebrook Road, even since we talked to you earlier this morning, we've seen some improvement here out on the big roads. Here we are on the Beltway at Connecticut Avenue, go down toward the Beltway River Road as well. Things look better there. Secondary roads, let's go over toward Bradley Boulevard at Connecticut Avenue. Still a lot of areas where it's going to be snow packed in, and you're going to find areas where things are pretty slippery out there. So give yourself a lot of extra time and space as you travel around the area this morning, and expect to find, give yourself that time and space that you can make decisions in order to whether to get off a ramp or not. Back to you guys.
All right, snow on the roads and snow in your TV set as well.
Okay, thanks, Jim, very much. Well, as you know, snow plows are out in force across the region, but local governments are also relying on residents to contribute to the snow removal efforts. In some places, it's a legal obligation.
D.C. law requires residents and business owners to remove snow and ice from sidewalks and steps within the first 8 hours of daylight after the snow stops falling. We've hit that number, I think. Property owners in Montgomery County have 24 hours to clear public sidewalks, driveways, and entrances. In the city of Falls Church, residents have 12 hours. In Prince George's County, residents are urged to remove snow and ice as soon as it is feasibly possible. The same with Fairfax and Arlington counties and the city of Alexandria.
And here are a couple of other things to keep in mind. Avoid piling the shoveled snow in front of a storm drain. And if you can, take a few minutes to clear snow away from fire hydrants so that they're visible from the road and accessible to the firefighters in the event of an emergency.
And while you're out, don't forget to check on your neighbors. Officials remind us that the severe weather does take a toll on the elderly and homebound. Also check in on neighbors who haven't been seen or heard from or who may need help.